Rahat was only 2 years old at the time. He couldn't walk properly, and when he tried to talk, he got tangled up. Whenever he saw his mother, he would just extend his two little hands. That was his whole world. That world suddenly collapsed one day. Rahat's mother was a very poor but very compassionate woman. Her husband had a small income, so she worked at other people's houses every day to make ends meet. Before work in the morning, she would pull Rahat to her chest and say, "Mom, I'll finish work today and come back early." That day too, she said that. But she couldn't return. On her way home after work, a poisonous snake suddenly bit her from the bush. There was no one around. She fell to the ground and cried out in pain, calling out only one name, "Rahat, my Rahat." But there was no one to hear that call. Mother's corpse, a child who doesn't understand anymore. In the evening, people brought her lifeless body home. Rahat was then in her grandmother's arms. He laughed at the sight of his mother's lifeless body, because he didn't know that this sleep would never break. Rahat kept putting his hand on his mother's body and saying, "Wake up, wake up, wake up." But his mother didn't wake up. That day, Rahat couldn't even cry properly for the first time. An orphan childhood on his grandmother's shoulder. After his mother's death, Rahat went to his old grandmother. His grandmother's body was weak, her hands were shaking, but she still held his grandson. When Rahat cried at night, his grandmother would hide her tears and hold him to her chest. But poverty and human cruelty come together. The neighbors would say,
"This boy is a burden. It's not easy to raise an orphan." Rahat grew up hearing these words. Other children would play, and Rahat would stand and watch from a distance. There was no greed for toys in his eyes. There was a kind of emptiness. Many nights, Grandma would feed him without eating. She would suppress her hunger and say, "Grandma has eaten, Mother. You eat." The last refuge was lost. The time was very cruel. Just when Rahat had learned to understand a little, Grandma fell ill. There was no money for treatment, no medicine. One morning, Grandma did not open her eyes again. That day, Rahat was sitting quietly holding Grandma's hand. Despite calling her many times, Grandma did not wake up. Rahat whispered, "Grandma, I will get better. You wake up." But no one woke up. From that day on, Rahat was completely alone in the world. A foreigner from his father's house. After many days, his father took him to his own house. Rahat thought that maybe this time he would get some love. But his father had remarried. Rahat was an unnecessary person in the new world. His stepmother never saw him as a child. She would make him work from morning till night. She would not give him food for many days. Rahat's stomach was empty when he went to school. His head would be dizzy in class. His eyes would be blurry. At night, when everyone ate rice, Rahat would stand in the corner of the kitchen. Sometimes he would get leftovers, sometimes nothing. Even without eating, he dreamed. Still, Rahat did not give up his studies. He would collect old books and read them. He would study late at night by lighting a lamp. His eyes would burn, his stomach would be empty, but he would not close the book, because one thing kept running through his mind. If I lose, then my mother's suffering will be in vain. Many nights he would cry silently. He would not make a sound, because even when he cried, there was no one to hug him. Suffering makes a person. Rahat gradually grew up. There was no longer the childish softness in his eyes. There was a kind of silent power. He knew no one was waiting for him in this world. Yet he did not hate people, because a person who has suffered knows how terrible suffering is. Rahat once said to himself, "If I were human, I would never hurt anyone like this." The last words. Rahat's story is not just about crying. It is a story of struggle. It is a story of endurance. It is the story of a child who, despite losing everything, did not give up on his dream. Because some people are broken by suffering, and some people are made by suffering. Rahat was made by suffering.